When everyone else is doing better than you, what should you do? And the reason why I wanted to record this video is I actually had that idea lingering around in my mind for a while, and then I had a call yesterday and one of my clients asked me exactly that. He's like, Max, what should I do? I feel like other people are constantly doing better than me, and I have a friend who's also in the program. He's doing better than me, and he just overall seems to have an easier time than me. What's your advice? And my advice was the following. Number one, you do you, all right? Meaning, whatever your goals are on a macro level, they're your goals. Maybe they're less cool than someone else, you know? Maybe your friend wants to become a successful musician or a rock star and he's having people cheer at him already, you know? And your goal is like, hey, I just want to build a business and, you know, create a happy life for myself. So on a macro level, that's already important as a first step. Your goals should make you happy, not somebody else. Your goals don't need to be popular. Your goals shouldn't make your parents happy or proud. Your goals should be your goals, which also kind of often is an issue with people who want to get started with their first business. They feel like there's a lot of resistance from their friends and family, you know, of trying to fit in. You want to make them proud, so you go to college. I mean, if you set your life goals in a way to make others happy, you've already lost. It's not the point of life, right? That's on a macro level. On the micro level, you do you means compare yourself to yourself, to your previous self, not to others. Because I can guarantee you, no matter how much money you're making, there's someone else who's gonna make more. Even if your name is Jeff Bezos. I was actually gonna not plan that. Regardless of how smart you are, there's some Asian kid who's probably going to be smarter than you. Regardless of how good you are at something, there's somebody else who's going to be better than you. So if your goal is to become better, smarter, richer than others, you're automatically going to fail unless you're the one person that's on the top. And even there, you're going to be constantly scared of others taking you over. So what to do instead is focus on comparing yourself to yourself. Meaning, are you going to bed smarter every day? Are you going to bed faster every day? Stronger, richer, with more experience? If you compare yourself to yesterday, now you watch this video right now, have you learned new things? Have you gotten closer to your goal? Have you made maybe more money if you already have a running business? That is what your goal should be. Compare yourself, to your previous yesterday, to your last week's you, last month's you. Because that way you focus on what's actually important, progressing and getting better. All right? Key point. The other one is, because I told that the client as well, and he's like, yeah, you're right, that, you know, that helps me a lot, thank you, but sometimes I get so angry when I see other people doing better than me. I get so angry. Especially in terms of, in times of social media where you see very uneducated YouTube TikTokers, vloggers doing well in life. Here you are, stuck in some 9-to-5 job. You have to get up every morning, every Monday, every morning, whatever, and you see some TikTok guy like, oh, so-and-so makes so-and-so much money, and you're like, how is that even possible? These idiots, right? And it gets on your nerves. Right? And I told that to my client as well. I'm like, good, go get angry. Use that as motivation. This idiot can make more money than me and has a better, easier life. Well, good. Use that to fuel you. We're so often being taught to turn away from negative emotions. You know, oh, if it makes you uncomfortable, don't do it. Go back to your little safe space. No, these negative emotions are good sometimes, oftentimes even. They make you want to change. They motivate you, right? They give you a sense of urgency. So don't try to turn away from them, all right? And by the way, 99% of this TikTok vlogging thing is all fabricated. I know many of these people. Of course, there's richer ones that actually make money, but most of them are broke. Most of them reach out to me and say, hey, I heard this online coaching thing. Can you help me? And they can't even afford anything. They literally have no money. It's insane. I mean, if you would see like some of the messages that I have, I mean, I'm not going to share those because I don't want to badmouth people in their absence, but I have messages of literal verified check mark, 2 million follower people who like, Max, like, it's all fake. Like, I have a fake lifestyle. Can you help me actually make money? Like, literally them like admitting these things. And it's not point of my channel is never going to be a channel where I badmouth others. But at the same time, you should know that just because you see it on social media doesn't mean it's real, all right? Very, very key point. But anyways, use it as motivation. If this idiot can make it, then I can make it too. And you can do that on a micro level as well. If you have a friend of yours that seems to do easier and you're like, I know this guy, like, I used to get drunk with this idiot. He used to do all these dumb things in school. If he can do it, then I can do it too. I bet a lot of my friends are thinking that about me. Like, well, Max, like out of all of us, Max is the one who's doing it, who's traveling, building business. This idiot, good. Because the truth is, if I can do it, most likely they could have done it as well, or could still do it, So use that as motivation. That's a good point. The other aspect, though, that I want to mention is, be careful in a world like ours where everything is rubbed in your face to not try to go the easy route and don't try to go for the low-hanging fruit. All right? If you see all these people making money easier and faster than you and being more successful faster than you, don't let that tempt you of going down the easier route and trying to go for making a quick buck. Because out of my experience of being in entrepreneurship for a lot of years now and teaching entrepreneurship for a lot of years now is a legitimate business takes time. Right? Building a legitimate business takes time, especially if you're coming from zero experience. All right? Like we literally see that with the very, very beginning when we brought out Freedom Business Mentoring, our beginner program. After a couple of weeks, people were like, oh, this doesn't work, the program doesn't work. Of course, you can't build a legitimate business after a couple weeks. You can maybe get to your first 4 to 5 figures, and even then, you can only get there if you're consistent and you're putting in the work, right? But if you want to build something legit, long-lasting, something that automates income, a perpetual mobile, a business that moves itself, that takes a while. But that's also the only way to build something legit and long-lasting, right? If you do things fast, they're not going to work, right? It's like a fuse that burns too fast, right? It's like an inferno. It's big, but it burns down very quickly. What you want to have is you want to have the ember, right? That just like heats for a very, very long time. You want to build something legit, all right? You have to stick to a proven process. And don't get into this like shiny object syndrome that, again, this whole comparison often gets you to. You're sticking, let's say you're starting out, you're sticking to a process, it gets you first progress, but now you see your friend coming along or someone that is doing better and they seem to have such a better time, they're doing something else. And then you're like, well, I have my proven process here and I'm progressing, but I'm not progressing fast enough. Let me switch. Let me do the other thing. So now you've given 20% here. You're now doing the other thing. You're going to do 20, 30% there. But then you find this other new shiny object. And now you abandon the second project. You go to the third one. You spend 20% on that. And you spend 20% on that. And so on and so forth. And so on and so forth. And ultimately, you don't have a single working legitimate business. You have 3, 4, 5 things that you've started for 10, 20%. And that is it. And that is what you have to avoid. Comparison can make this want you to do. Comparison can tempt you into getting the shiny object syndrome and jumping from, oh, let me do this, let me do that, let me do this, let me do that. It's not about finding the new magic pill shiny object. It's about doing one thing properly until you get results. All right? And I always loved to give that comparison in my very first business, the dating advice business. I can give you a little metaphor here as well. Imagine you have several different options. All right, you're a young guy, and then there's several women that are interested in you, and you like them. You like all of them equally, right? You like them very much, and you go spend a little bit of time with her, and you spend a little bit of time with her, and you go on a couple dates with her. You give 10% of your effort to that one, 10% there, 10% there, 10% there. What oftentimes happens is you end up not getting serious with any of them. Because instead of giving 100% with one and making it work, you go to 10% here, 10% here, 10% here, and they all kind of lose interest and it fizzles out with all of them. It's exactly the same with business, all right? Go build something legitimate first, all right? Let's talk about this shiny object syndrome more in a couple seconds. First, if you haven't done so yet, check out our podcast. This will definitely help you keep staying on track because we release 2 podcast episodes every single week. We have, 130? How many episodes do we have so far? 132 by the time of the recording. So tons of epic things there. The episodes are all relatively short, right? And to the point. They're going a lot deeper on the structures of building your first business. Strongly recommend you checking them out. I'm going to put a link down in the description below or appear it somewhere here. Highly recommend. Everybody that joins the podcast is like, oh my God, this is really, really great stuff. So highly recommend you checking that out. And yeah, to get back to the shiny object syndrome, I see that on a higher level as well. People always give that, oh, I want to diversify my income. Diversify my income. You hear that so many times. You know how many DMs on Instagram I get from some random broke kid? I'm diversifying my income. It's such a fancy sounding word, you know? And then there's this kid who's like, yeah, I have like $100 in crypto and I have this and that, like diversifying my income. You know who diversifies their income? Billionaires. And you know why they diversify their income? Because they have several businesses that are already making them millions of dollars each year, and now they're diversifying their income. But when you're in the beginning stages and you don't even have one properly running business, then don't diversify your income. Again, focus on one thing and commit to that 100%. And I've said this yesterday as well on a call with my advanced clients, and they also said like, look, I can't remember what exactly he was talking about, but he said like, oh, he wants to start investing his money and he's making around 25K a month or something like that on average. And I'm like, why do you want to invest your money already in something else? Invest it in your business. Because what you have to understand, at least with the context of online coaching or online service providing, is almost every niche that you are in can make you at least 50, if not even $100,000 or euros a month. Right? Imagine the potential of your online coaching or online service providing business like a balloon, all right? A balloon can encompass a certain amount of volume, right? You can blow air into the balloon and you can blow it up to a certain size. And once it's at a certain size, nothing more can fit in, all right? That's exactly the same with online coaching or service providing businesses. The maximum size for most businesses, the minimum maximum size, so the smallest possible biggest size one of these businesses can grow to is around 50 to 100,000 a month, right? So if you're only making 25K a month, the potential to $100,000 a month would be there. All you have to do is you put your effort and you focus into it until it's fulfilled, until all the air is in the balloon, until all the potential of 100K a month is in there. But if you now say, you know what, screw that, I'm gonna keep it for no apparent reason at 25K a month and instead use my money on something else, you're wasting all this potential. Because the hardest part is getting your business to 25K a month. That's the harder part. The much easier part is to getting it from 25K to 100K. You already have a proof of concept, you already know that you can sell, you already have your first clients, you already see that these clients are happy. You got all that. All you got to do is you double down on what works and you scale. You hire a couple of key employees and maybe you scale your ads and employ social media as a leverage. That's it. So why wouldn't you do that with less effort, getting more bang for your buck? But instead you want to go out and invest in something else. So I always put it like this: unless you're making 50 to 100K a month profit on your hand with your main business, then don't think about diversifying your income yet, because you haven't fulfilled your potential yet. All right? If you start investing now in stocks, or you start investing in the gold, or you start investing in the real estate or something like that, the return on investment is much lower than the return on investment of a working, functioning business. Only once the return on investment diminishes because the balloon is fully filled, only then you can start diversifying your income. But until then, if you want to get the most bang for your buck, invest it in your business, invest it in yourself, invest it in your skills, invest it in your clients, right? That's what you have to do. And the reason why I put this into the when everyone else is doing better than you video is because oftentimes, because we compare ourselves to others, we all of a sudden want to shiny object syndrome, diversify, hop around between different ideas instead of committing to one, right? Someone asked me once, this was many years ago, I said, Max, what's the best business idea? It's not about the business idea. You know how many great business ideas out there have never, ever amounted to anything? It's not about the business idea, it's about the execution, all right? My business that I'm in is not new. Not new at all. There's business consultants out there. There's business consultants who do it online out there. The idea is not new. The execution is better, right? Most of my 4 or 5 figure, 6 figure a month clients, they're not revolutionizing the market. They have an idea that someone else has already had. They're just making it better. And hell, you don't even need to make it better. Do you need to be the #1 market leader? No. Even if you're the 100th best, you're still really good and you're still making a ton of money from that. All right? So, I hope that goes a little bit deeper on the idea of comparing yourself to yourself and not to others, where comparing yourself can lead you, and the fact that you should always commit to one thing, stick to a proven process, and not get distracted by the shiny object syndrome. So when you're ready to stick to a proven process, you want to commit to something, you want to get your first business on the road, you want to get started, then feel free to book a free consultation call with us. Description, link down below, or a link that appears somewhere here right now. You click on that link, brings you to a page. At the bottom of that page, you fill out the application. Takes you 2 minutes to fill it out, and then you can book the exact date and time where you want us to call you. Call is entirely for free, no hidden international costs whatsoever. You'll be talking to a real person, and we're only going to be sharing with you implementable steps, not some watered down general advice or something like that. You'll be talking to a real person. We're going to give you implementable steps that you can take in your specific situation to go start your own freedom business as an online coach or as an online service provider. If you have 0 experience, right, you've never done this before, you feel a little lost, you don't know what skill you have, this call is for you because we can analyze your strengths, we can tell you what exactly is a good fit for you. If you already know what skill you have and you want to learn how to monetize it, that call is for you. And if you're already making some money but you want to do it more consistently, you want to scale, that call is for you, right? So let's talk to you very, very soon. Thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye.
I wanted to share with you my first client, first close. I joined the program 5 months ago. I was a waiter before, so I had absolutely no knowledge whatsoever in the industry. And now I just made 1K euros. Let's crush it. Thanks to everyone, members for the motivation, coaches for the support. GG.